Hey y'all. Woo. Check in with me. Listen, it's 80 degrees outside. Child, and I had to get me a frozen lemonade, okay? Frozen lemonade. Mm. But that ain't why I came by today. Listen, I came by because I always want to remind you that continual forgiveness is a must, okay? In any part of growth, in any area of your life that you're growing in, you have to remember to forgive. Even if you already feel like you've forgiven, you still have to do the physical forgiveness, especially if you're granted the opportunity to, right? And I say that like that because sometimes we don't have the opportunity to tell a person we forgive them, be it death, be it jail, prison, be it the state of mind, whatever, however the situation may be. But if you are granted the opportunity to tell a person to their face, be it a letter, be it a text message, be it a phone call, be it a video call, but especially if you could do it to their face and let them know that you forgive them, do it. Be a conqueror, because that is what defeats the enemy. Because you know what? The devil is so busy trying to make, and when I say us, I include myself, us be so mentally distressed, right? Like, you might not see it on my face, but that don't mean it ain't in the back of my head. You know what I mean? So anyway, let me give y'all my story. So not too long ago, excuse me, I was given the very opportunity, and in my mind it wasn't even like that, but that's how it came out. That's how it played out. I was given the opportunity to tell someone I forgive them. Excuse me. And you're probably like, well, what was the situation? Well, I'm very transparent. So for transparency's sake, I was touched when I was a little girl. Okay, now there are differences between being touched, being molested, and being raped. I've been all three. Okay, but this particular person touched me when I was a little girl, and so it left the damage that it left. It left the mental trauma that it left, and it left the emotional and spiritual indifference that it left, right? However, I had the very opportunity to look this person in their face and say, I forgive you. The Lord is kind. I don't hate you. I do forgive you. And because I truly want to continue to walk in a place of growth and wisdom and knowledge, right? Faith without works are dead. You cannot have the faith that these things are what you're doing and it's what's being established, and yet you don't do the work, because there becomes some form of work, right? And that person says to me, thank you, I needed that, and I'm sorry. Now 39-year-old me could never tell 9-year-old, 8-year-old me that one day you'll get that apology. I could have never told her that, right? But I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity to do so, because it is truly a gift to get to the place where you're really forgiving people, right? Because like, we be so quick to hold on to stuff, we be so quick to stay mad about things, and then as much as, and this is for the women, this is not for all women, but it's for those, we're so quick to be victimized in everything. And not that some things doesn't warrant it, but in everything it's not necessary, nor does it constitute the reasoning for needing to, right? But I didn't know the level of relief I would get in just having the courage to want to say it. Because we could, again, we're human, right? Nobody's perfect. So I say this from a very one, in my place, transparency moment, but also encouraging, because we do not always get granted these opportunities. Sometimes the person that you want to tell you forgive them, they're so bitter, they're so hurt, they're so unreceptive, they're so judgmental. Sometimes you can't even tell them, yo, I'm sorry, I apologize, I forgive you, because they feel like, well, they don't forgive you, so you obviously can't forgive them. It becomes this thing, this back and forth thing. But when you're truly walking the walk, and making every moment and applying every principle, granted every principle is not applied at the same time, but to apply the principle and to then be humble enough to do it. I think that's the key part in forgiving people, is that you have to be humble enough to forgive, because the forgiveness is what helps you grow. I was having another conversation on this week, and it was like, I don't know why life can't be better with us. I don't know why things couldn't have been better with us, blah, blah, blah. And it's simple. You have to learn to forgive. If you don't learn to forgive people, you cannot grow. You yourself cannot grow if you do not learn to forgive people. And when I say that, I repeat it, not surface forgiving. And not forgiving the parts that you feel that are justifiable. To forgive the whole situation. To forgive it to the point where you have to realize it's a part of your story, but for somebody else. But not for you to hold on to and to make worse. Or to taunt somebody with it because now you can't forgive. Now don't get me wrong. Some things take absolute time. Nobody's telling you to be offended on a Monday and then by Wednesday all is well. No. But I am saying that don't be 15 years down the line and you're still haven't forgiven someone that you care about, that you really love, that you really want to have a friendship, or you really want to have their if it's family, like, don't be so victimized in your mentality that you take the opportunity away from yourself. Because everybody grows. Everybody evolves. Everybody becomes a better version of themselves in time. Forgiveness in totality. Forgiveness in totality. Progress of a Widow.